I was in the school library studying for a math test. It was late, and the librarian had already left. I was the only one there, or so I thought. I heard a faint whisper behind me, but when I turned around, I saw nothing. I shrugged it off and went back to my books. A few minutes later, I heard another whisper, louder this time. It sounded like a child's voice, saying, "Help me." I felt a chill run down my spine. I looked around, but still saw no one. I decided to pack up and leave. I grabbed my backpack and headed for the exit. As I reached the door, I heard the loud bang behind me. I turned and saw a bookshelf falling over, blocking the way. I gasped and ran to the other side of the library, looking for another way out. I saw a window that led to the back of the school. I smashed it with a chair and climbed out. I landed on the grass and ran towards the street. I hoped to find someone who could help me, but as I ran, I realized that I was not in the school grounds anymore. I was in a dark forest, full of twisted trees and eerie sounds. I had no idea how I got there. I panicked and tried to find my way back, but the more I ran, the deeper I got into the forest. I felt like I was being watched by something. I heard the child's voice again, saying, "Help me, please." It sounded like it was coming from everywhere. I screamed and ran faster. I stumbled upon a clearing where I saw a small cabin. I thought maybe someone lived there and could help me. I ran towards it, hoping to find a friendly face, but as I got closer, I saw that the cabin was abandoned and dilapidated. The windows were broken, and the door was hanging from its hinges. I stopped and looked around. I saw a trail of blood leading to the cabin. I felt a surge of fear and curiosity. I followed the trail, hoping to find the source of the voice. I entered the cabin and saw a horrific sight. There was a child lying on a wooden table. He was covered in cuts and bruises and had wires attached to his head. He looked like he had been tortured and experimented on. He was barely alive, but he opened his eyes and looked at me. He said, "Help me, please. They did this to me. They are coming back. Run, run, run." I was shocked and terrified. I didn't know who he was or who did this to him. I wanted to help him, but I also wanted to get out of there. I heard footsteps outside and saw shadows moving. I realized that whoever did this to him was coming back. I had to make a choice. I decided to run. I was sorry for the child, but I had to save myself. I ran out of the cabin and back into the forest. I heard the child scream, and then a gunshot. I felt a pang of guilt, but I kept running. I ran until I saw a road. I saw a car passing by, and I waved at it. The driver saw me and stopped. He was a police officer patrolling the area. He asked me what I was doing there, and I told him everything. He looked at me with disbelief, and then with concern. He said he would take me to the station and investigate the cabin. He drove me to the station, and I gave a statement. He said he would send a team to the cabin and find out what happened. He said I was lucky to be alive and that I should rest. He gave me a blanket and a cup of hot chocolate. He said he would be back soon. I waited for him, hoping that he would find some answers. I wondered who the child was and who did this to him. I wondered why they brought me to the forest and what they wanted from me. I wondered if they would come back for me. I wondered if I would ever feel safe again.